everybody. Different start to the video today. But with everything changing up, daylight savings and days getting darker, I've been moving my walks to basically as soon as I get home. So I just stepped out of my car and I'm doing my walk now. But that scale, that's exciting news. I'm now over 130 pounds down, and that's a good feeling for sure. Really excited and really happy with the progress. And it's becoming clear that I'm not going to reach my goal of 175 pounds by the end of the year, but we're doing great, and the progress is really, really good. It's cold, and I'm freezing a little bit. It's very windy and rainy, but we're basically moving in the right direction, and this is a marathon, not a sprint. And the goal line is being moved, which is something that I've talked about anyway, which is basically that 175 is now, it's too high still. I've got to bring that number down, probably another 20 pounds to about 155. But if this year's taught me anything, it's that losing weight is definitely possible. There's work required, a lot of it, but if you stick with it, it'll pay off in the end. Pay off with dividends in the end. So as we're getting into these colder months, and when people are starting to enjoy the hot chocolate and sitting on the couch more and things like that, and I'm sure I will be as well, I've got to really learn to focus on adjusting the way that I do things to kind of compensate for that a little bit. But yeah, not a bad start to another week. I think it was just shy of 3 pounds this week, so I'm very happy. Like I said, I don't have the number on top of my head, but it was a good one. Really happy, really excited. Rain's coming down a little bit more, keeping this one nice and short. Feeling good though. That's what this is all about. It's chilly and there's a wind in my face, and the camera's getting a little bit wet, but this is what it's all about. Just being able to come in, into the house once you've done the walk and say, you know what, I've done that. That's a big sort of checklist off of something that I have to do today. So now that's done. That's always a good feeling. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually cut it short here, and then what we'll do is we'll go and we'll talk at the whiteboard. I'm actually just now walking right into the rain. But yeah, I'm really happy. It's cold. It's definitely fall weather. But if the air's fresh, it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel like you've earned something, like you've done something. And so I'm going to finish up this segment, probably because of the weather, maybe do another mile, maybe mile and a half. So I've already done about a mile. So it'll be a short one today, about 2.5 miles. But yeah, when you guys see me next, I'll be probably still slightly damp, but we'll be at the whiteboard. So, all right, catch you there. Bye-bye. Whew. All right, so we're back from that walk. That was fun. A little bit cold, a little bit wet, but not too shabby at all. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Getting My Life Back channel. You might be wondering, Thomas, why are you getting undressed? For those of you who have watched these videos before, you know that I typically like to show up in basically my undies and a t-shirt, and that's usually how I like to do it. So that's what we're going to do today. So you guys might be asking, Thomas, how's your week? How's it been? What are you doing? Well, we're doing pretty good, if I may say so myself. Current weight is 194.6 pounds. So we are well over that 130 pound marker. We're now 132 pounds even, dead on the money. It's a great feeling for sure. Very excited about that. We are now 19.6 pounds away from my goal weight. Less than 20 pounds. It's hard to kind of put into words, put into picture just what that means. Like, I'm actually less than 20 pounds away from my target of 175 pounds. Now, in the video that you just saw me out and about on my walk, I talked about how I'm going to have to move that goalpost a little bit. And I wanted to clarify that a little bit. I've had some folks comment saying things like, 175 pounds is still overweight. You know, why are you shooting for 175 pounds? Now, the answer to that is really simple. When I picked that number out, I was this weight, 326.6 pounds. And if you would have asked me, Thomas, you know, you're losing 151 pounds. How different do you think you're going to look? I would have told you I'm going to look so much different, crazy different, which I do. I look a lot different. But I thought, I had hope that because I was strong, I had a lot of muscle, that 175 pound target was going to do just fine. I was going to look great, look happy. But as I've progressed, as I've lost more and more weight, I realized that target, while a great target coming from this, is still a little bit too high. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, over these next couple of weeks and over these next, month and a half until we get to the end of December into the new year, I'm going to start to think about what my realistic next goal is going to be. I have a couple of numbers in mind. Like I said, 155, maybe 150 pounds, somewhere in there. I think that's what it's going to be. But let's just be honest, things can change all the time. But for now, at 194 pounds, I am incredibly, incredibly pleased and satisfied with that progress. It means a lot because losing 132 pounds, it's taught me that it is possible. If you can lose 1, you can lose 10. If you can lose 10, you can lose 100. Now, it gets difficult, but for a lot of you guys out there who might be wondering, is this something that I can do? I'm living proof that it is. It's possible. You don't have to take a weight loss drug. You don't have to get on a prescription to do it. It takes discipline when it comes to your eating, discipline when it comes to your exercise. And if you have discipline, if you have the ability to say no, to prioritize certain things, then it's definitely possible. One of the things I've got to stress about is my weight loss has been, I wouldn't call it typical based on some of the other progress that I've seen from other people out there on YouTube and other social media. I have been incredibly lucky with this trend. I've heard from a lot of you folks saying, I'm hitting a plateau, or I will do everything right and I will gain weight. And I can sympathize with that. I can completely, I couldn't imagine what it must be like going through that. So I'd like to first of all set that precedent that this is what I've experienced. This isn't by any means what I would call a norm, because I don't think I'm qualified to say what the norm is. I will say that every person, every body is different. Everybody as well as everybody is different. Now, I've had a lot of luck. I've been incredibly fortunate. As we can see, since January, there's been some really, really good weight loss there. Now, with that being said, don't let that deter you. You might not be hitting those targets the way I am. I might not be hitting those targets the way you are. We just have to get this journey done in the best way, in the safest way that works for us. You got nothing to be ashamed of if your weight loss is slower or faster. You're just doing it, right? You're doing it, and you're doing it for yourself. Something that is so, so important. So let's also check out these stats here on YouTube. We went up 20 subscribers. Very, very generous. Thank you all to those who subscribed, and thank you all to those who are continued to subscribe to the channel. It's very, very exciting, very happy feeling. Went up from 32,078 views to 32,802 views. So just over 700 there. It's very exciting. Again, thank you all so much for that. And then from 2,052 views, watch hours, to 2,129. So again, really exciting. It makes me feel really happy. I think without further ado, we'll just keep this a short check-in video this week or today and just see what the progress is. So this is what I'm looking like right now. This is how I'm looking. This is how I'm feeling. Things are really starting to soften up here, as you may be able to see. It's definitely not as robust as it was, and so I'm happy for that for sure. Man boobs are definitely still there. You can't hide it. This is me from the side, from my basically this is my left side, and this is me on my right. Accidentally hit the scale there, and then this is me in reverse. So good progress, happy progress. Still a ways to go, but we're getting down there every week. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please hit that like button, and engage. We've got a great community out there full of wonderful folks who just want to help, ask questions. I can't promise you that it'll be the answer that you want to hear, but it'll be the truth. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Take care and have a great week. All right, bye-bye.